Hi, it's time for another episode of Nick's Nerd Network, and I'm Nick. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my 2 cents on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So, let's get started. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about this game. There's a lot of people that really love it, and there's a lot of people that really hate it. So, I'm honestly pretty neutral on this game. I have a lot of likes and dislikes about it that kind of counterbalance it out. But based on my opinions, it is going to impact whether or not I buy future Pokemon games. Now, to tell you a little bit about myself and my history in playing Pokemon is, I've been playing Pokemon since the very original first Red and Blue games came out when I was in 4th grade. I saved up all my sweet corn selling money. It was my version of the lemonade stand, and that was the first big purchase I ever made. I had my Game Boy Pocket. It wasn't even a Game Boy Color. And I played those games for hours and hours on end, and I've been playing Pokemon ever since. I personally got Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I was hoping that Eevee was going to get evolved. I didn't really look up a whole lot of game spoilers on what to do, a little bit about the gameplay to see if it was something that I wanted to play. But when I picked that, I didn't realize that Eevee was not going to be able to evolve. Another dislike I have about the game is the fact that you can't have your wild battle encounters. Now, I knew this going in that we weren't going to have wild Pokemon battle encounters because it was one of the things that made me a little bit uneasy about buying the game. And I thought, well, if they're not going to do it this way, then it means that you must be getting enough experience from battling other trainers that you don't need these wild battle encounters. I knew the gameplay in terms of how to catch Pokemon, but what I didn't know is in order to level up without trainer encounters, you were going to have to catch every single Pokemon that you saw. I mean, not literally every single Pokemon, but you're going to have to go out and just needlessly catch more and more wild Pokemon just to help your team level up. And the other frustrating thing about that is because you had to keep catching Pokemon, I'm someone who doesn't fill up my 6 slots right away when I'm playing the Pokemon games. Usually I stick with my starter for a while and wait till I can get kind of more diverse Pokemon types. And that was really frustrating in this game because starting off with just 1 or 2 Pokemon and having to catch more and more Pokemon to level up, I'm constantly having to put Pokemon in my PC box. So that way they're not taking away from the experience share that's going to my other Pokemon. Because like I said, it's been precious. I have to keep battling Pokemon for whatever little experience goes to my team. And it's super frustrating. Another thing that I really don't like about the game is that it's not generation forward. And it's not compatible with past games. So what I mean by generation forward is there are some Pokemon that we clearly know are going to evolve eventually. We already know this. I'm talking Onix, I'm talking Scyther, Rhydon, and different Pokemon like that. And the thing is this game syncs with Pokemon Go where some of those evolutions currently exist, especially Steelix and Scizor, which have been around for over a year now. So it is a bit frustrating that catching like an Onix in this game, you're not going to be able to evolve it into a Steelix, or it's not generation forward. So that's frustrating, and that's something they didn't really make clear throughout the promotions of the game. Another thing I don't like, it's actually kind of a double-edged sword, is the chain encounters in order to get Pokemon Candy to make your Pokemon super stronger. What I don't like about this is it's really encouraging that grinding aspect that I personally don't enjoy about the Pokemon games. If you're a competitive battler and you're already doing this, this actually probably seems like a really great thing for you because you can really control the stats and how they're going up. But for someone who just plays for the sole purpose of enjoyment, having to catch every Pokemon you see, having to increase chains to get certain Pokemon, having to increase Pokemon chains of capture just to get the right kind of candies to help your Pokemon get even stronger, it's really frustrating, and it's kind of forcing me into a niche of Pokemon that personally I don't want to be a part of, but I'm not running that down for other people who do like to do that grinding and get the strongest Pokemon for competitive battling. Those are really most of my dislikes about the new Pokemon Go game, other than it takes the aspects that I personally don't care for in Pokemon Go, which is grinding and catching lots and lots of Pokemon, and then translating that into leveling up and getting stronger. Now, the positives and the things that I did like about Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, one of which is I feel like they really evenly distributed the Pokemon stats to where any Pokemon that you choose could potentially be good. So like I said, double-edged sword with the being able to collect candies for your Pokemon and make them stronger and stronger, because if there is a Pokemon you really care about and you really like that isn't necessarily doing so well, there is a method for you to make that Pokemon strong. And it's kind of like Like where Pikachu to Ash in the animes, he's not a typical Pikachu. He is stronger than most Pikachus, and it's a Pokemon that Ash really cares and has invested time in. Another thing I like about the games is that you can achieve getting all 3 starter Pokemon, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, either via gift, where you get good IV versions, or you can get them throughout encounters. Earlier on, you can get them by doing certain kinds of chains, which are actually pretty complicated, and I don't know how anyone would think to do that on their own without YouTube videos and tutorials telling you to do that. But I like that you can get those, and it kind of gives you options. You could farm them if you wanted to try to get a shiny more easily, and that's one of the good aspects of the game. I also really like in the game that you have your set designated rival, but you also have the rivals from past games, red, blue, and green, to battle throughout the game's interact. And it's giving that fan service and nostalgia that I'm really appreciative of in the game. I also really like that you can access your Pokebox to where you store your Pokemon right in your item boxes. You don't have to keep going back to a Pokemon Center if you don't want to, which makes it pretty nice. I also really liked that you don't just get a lot of the TMs, that you actually have to battle other trainers who are using those TMs, so you learn a little bit more of how they're used, how powerful they are, and how effective they can be attached to certain Pokemon. I think that's a great feature. Now, overall, I've been playing the game for about a month now, and I do enjoy the game. I like it. It's something I like to do in my spare time. I'm still figuring things out. These are just kind of my first impressions, the things that I've learned over the past month of playing the game. Now, the big question is, if the Pokemon franchise continues to make this the sole structure of their new games from here on out, I do think that this is going to make me more hesitant in buying future games if this is the similarity of the gameplay. I'm not telling you you should or shouldn't buy this game. If the pros and cons of this game weigh your decision and make you decide, yes, I want it, or no, I don't, then good for you. I'm glad that I helped you out. But I just wanted to explain to me some of my frustrations and some of the things I liked, because it's a controversial game. There's a lot of people who have a lot of strong feelings about it, and I just want people who haven't bought the game or might be asking for the game for Christmas or birthdays or saving up to get it to really consider those kinds of things. So again, these are my opinions. I would love to hear yours. Please comment below and let me know about some things that I missed maybe about the game, or some of the opinions that you had, or your wish list for the future Pokemon games. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Nick signing off. Bye. It's promotion time. Hey guys, it's Tommy, the Green Ranger here, and I have a special message for my friend Nick. Go to my channel and subscribe. Go to my channel and subscribe. Go to my channel. Watch more videos on my channels. Go.